नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय श्रीमाते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनीति नाम। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे शेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद द्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद द्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य Shri Krishna Chaitanya Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare mute them. Good. Good. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Here. You can sit there, mute somebody. You know how to mute? No, it's okay. Just mute. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Here, mute. How to mute? Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Do you see
Hare
anything now?
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
They're alone, not 10 minutes, 10 minutes. I don't keep singing. I'll wave you when you need to start. There will little technical problem. Keep on going. Same cue. Yeah.
Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Share that, and you can PowerPoint. They won't see it. So see this was it. Yeah, put it in percentage. They won't see it. This is not. Oh. Oh. That's not sure how to use it. That one right there. The middle. I'm trying to do it forward. See. See them. It's an aspect. It's not.
Jayam Vishnupad Paramhansa Paribrajagacharya Statara Sadasi Simasila Abhay Charnara Vinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Namacharya Silodas Thakur ki Jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्यामकुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की दिलान यात्रा की निताय भगवान की जय। समवेत वैष्णववृंद की जय। गौर निताय गौर प्रमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Vishnu Krishnaya Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachari. Okay, reciting together. Nana Shastra Vicharanai Kanipuna Vande Rasamrta Sindhu. So we have ended last session with this short review that we are serving nectar devotion first wave, which has a 4 division. The whole book is divided into 4 sections. First wave Samanya Bhakti, second wave Sadhan Bhakti, and third wave Bhava Bhakti. And fourth wave is devotional service in pure love for Krishna. It's okay, bro. So first Samanya Bhakti is with preface and introduction and first chapter, and then Sadhan Bhakti began with second chapter to 16th chapter, and Bhava Bhakti 17 and 18, and Prema Bhakti chapter 19. So we discussed so far the definition of pure bhakti. What is the definition of pure bhakti? Anna vilasita sunnam yena karmadi anapitam anukullena Krishna anushilanam bhakti uttama. Uttama bhakti or pure devotional service is a cultivation of activities through our mind, senses, speech, and with favorable intention, and which is devoid of karma, jnana, material desire, etc. Is that clear, everybody? So we discuss about the pure bhaktis has a two main component. One is internal, intrinsic. Another is external or extrinsic. Internal means the mood, anukulyana, and it has to be directly pleasing Krishna, either him or his incarnation or his pure devotee, or same all. And it has to be also anushilana, means some activities has to be there. And then we also discuss, now we are going to discuss extrinsic, means what pure bhakti made of. The three components in intrinsic are covered by external unwanted things which are covering the pure bhakti, and those are jnana, karma, yoga, vairagya, etc., and annavilas. So we ended with that, and we are going to begin with that. So let us do our Mangalaswan. We did the Mangalaswan. Let us do. Om Ajnanati Mirandasya Gyananjana Salakayam Chakshurum Militam Dena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Sthapitam Dena Bhutale Sayam Rupakadamayam Dadati Shapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Jutapada Kamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamsya Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahaganam Bhavanitam Sadhiva Sadvaitam Savadutam Harijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padma Sahaganam Sri Vishakanitamsha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nami Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Vindhacharya Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Ashvatade Sutari Vanchakalpataruvescha Kripasindupayevacha Patitanam Pavanebho Vaishnavebho Namo Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gauravanita Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. One more time. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare. What did we cover so far? What is the definition of pure love? Anything you remember? It's only a few hours. You have the microphone, please. Everybody, please share. Just a few minutes. I want to see feedback where we are. Then we go from there. And you can pass by one. Okay.
I remember that there are two Lakshanas, the Swarup Lakshana, which is the intrinsic value, which is what Bhakti is, and then there is the Lakshana, which is the extrinsic properties or characteristics. And these are like the coverings over the Swarup Lakshana, which is the Anupayena, Krishna, Anushirana. These three characteristics of him. And that means it's unmotivated, uninterrupted, favorable service to Krishna.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
That's good. You can explain or give an example to demonstrate that. Whatever is easier.
So pure bhakti is that we just want the beloved Krishna, and I remember that the Gita is important because it needs to be bhakti needs to come not from any desire that's rooted within our own nature or self. And so it's okay, we saw the examples of Draupadi and Vijayadhara, that they were calling out to the Lord because the Lord says that he was always protect his devotee, and that they weren't necessarily wanting something material for themselves.
Good. Good example is demonstrate love. Good. You can give an example or explain what is pure love.
Yeah, because I was just focusing on the internal consciousness behind devotional service. So having it always be about love of God and not for any other reason, the undeviated, unflinching and consistent devotional service, but focusing on the internal rather than the external activities.
Internal, external, that's true, but can you give a little breakdown? What does that mean? It's internal.
Like the consciousness behind, like what is the intention?
No, what is it?
Yeah, that's what the intention behind doing the service is that it's pleasing or favorable for Krishna.
Praising Lord, okay. Praising Lord in a favorable, and it has to be activity, not just the idea. Good, very good. Okay.
Some examples are like, I don't know if anyone mentioned it, there's an Ishmael fighting Krishna, even though he's fighting him, I guess technically trying to kill him, but his warriors, I mean, he's happy, or even Shiva, Krishna had asked him to lie, or was it to steer people away from the data was Buddha. I think that was the incarnation. That's also like too bhakti, isn't it? Because you're going against your own natural inclination for the pleasure of Krishna.
Good. But in that example, we can add little bit because the demoniac people has to be diverted away from innocent in order for innocent people to accept bhakti. Otherwise, demons race or demon leadership can actually abuse and exploit. So to divert the demonic nature, Lord Krishna told Shiva to you have to have that within them. To separate them, giving Mayavad philosophy. They are happy, leave the innocent 95% alone. So they can practice bhakti. Otherwise, it will be so for that. It is a great service to go against God as being a so intimate devotee. To say that we all are God is like really we are God. But thank you. That's a very good way to look at it. That it is pleasing Krishna. Okay, good. Whatever you remember.
Um, to answer Krishna, it must be steady over a long period of time with no self-interest and do it to please Krishna. No other intentions, everything.
Hey, that's very good. In 2 days, my God, thank you. I really feel like you are getting so nice. Thank you. Yes, mother.
So we have to act in this is what I two ways. One is pleasing to Krishna and one we do things to please Krishna.
Mm.
So an example, like you said, the wrestlers, they didn't want it. They wanted to fight with Krishna, but that fight was pleasing to Krishna. Or the Yagnapati, the people who were doing the sacrifice, they were doing it indirectly to help to please Krishna. But the Yagnapatis, they wanted to please Krishna directly. Does that help you?
Yeah, it does. But you said the fighter, they are not pleasing Krishna, but their
No.
intention was not to fight.
No, not to please Krishna, their intention.
What was their intention?
Just to fight.
No,
If it's not
fighting is not bad. Killing, big difference. Fighting is just a medium. So that's it. But intention was to kill. Yeah, that is bad. Fighting is fine. You can fight with God. There's not anything wrong. If you want to fight, fight. But to kill him, that idea, of course, nobody can kill God, but that idea, intention, is offense. There's no problem. Okay, good, very good. Yes, mother.
They're giving to me. They want to see what but the devotees must constantly serve Krishna devotee as Krishna desires. That will be the conclusion, I think. We have to act in practical life that way.
What is the definition of bhakti? What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say, whatever you will do, practice of the, devotional life, the Krishna's favorably. Krishna likes what Krishna likes come to him, right? Surrender to him. We have to follow in the step of the devotional way.
Okay,
As Krishna's desires.
okay.
What we
So
desire.
that's intrinsic.
Okay.
Three things. Pleasing Krishna with favorable mood and how he is pleased.
Yes.
Okay. That's good. What is external?
In the external, you mean the practical way of following? Is the one we're talking?
No, external means what is covering pure bhakti. In the name of bhakti, they are not bhakti.
Okay.
Okay, Mother Alwani.
We study about Bhakti and Uttama Bhakti. So Uttama Bhakti is the topmost. There's a pure devotional service to please Krishna.
That's very good. Pure bhakti actually catches Krishna, you can say, or okay. That's one word is very nice. Thank you. Okay, with that note, let us begin where we left. So we are going to refresh the Swarup Lakshan. Swarup Lakshan means someone can take the microphone and please read with this.
Swarupa Lakshana, Anu Sivanam. The word Anu suggests that one should engage himself in the service of the Lord without any interval. He must be engaged in the service 100%, and always. There must not be any interruption in such progress of devotional service.
Wow, this is from Gopal, Bhakti Rasamrta Sindhu BTG volume 3. It's very nice. I don't know. Okay. Anushilanam also, Anu means, what is Anu means? Constant follow. Constant or follow. So, one example is Guru Parampara. They are following Guru to disciple to Guru to disciple. This is also following. In other words, to do bhakti, one has to accept Guru Parampara. And constant means uninterrupted. Even you are sleeping, so you are not sleeping, but your body need to rest so you can serve better. With that intention, it is also part of bhakti. It makes sense? Okay, good. Now, boils down to this. Swarup Lakshan, Anushilanam. Anushilanam means devotional activity two way. One is positive and negative. Positive is body, mind, words. Means you have a body, you have a mind, you have a words. Also, you take shelter of Guru and Krishna. And then faith on Sadhu Guru Shastra. These are all positive. I hope you all know it. This is not going to happen automatically. Cultivation means you have to cultivate. You literally have to consciously be aware. Okay, what is negative? Humility, mercy, avoid offenses. Sakti Bhava feeling, you know what it is? I feel good. I don't need anything. I don't feel like to do anything. I feel good. Dangerous. Because Sattvagun, pure Sattvagun is very, not pure Sattvagun, Sattvagun is dangerous also because it's very comfort zone. You know, comfort zone. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, I try to scare you a little bit. Oh well, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, I'm not trying to scare. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, even pure devotee, they feel that they are not suffering, everything is wonderful because their connection with Krishna makes them very comfortable. But Krishna going to give them little sickness or some kind of like accident or something else. Why? They're pure devotee. Because Krishna wants them to make the life speedy, quick, and get out. Krishna doesn't want pure devotee to suffer here. So Krishna gives sometimes little token. Little suffer. You have 10:14.8, Bhagavatam 10.14.8. Sometimes Krishna create a scenery for, I didn't say each of us. He says he creates a scenery for particular devotee who does not let go some lingering happiness. But he's a sincere devotee. So Krishna create a scenery that you will be like humiliated or Krishna, I don't want it. Just please find that. Okay. Done. You have it, Prabhu, 10:48. In the PowerPoint you will see 10:48. I mean 10.14.8. Bhagavatam. Tatteno kampa susumichamano Gunjane Vatma Kritam Vipakam Ridvagabhokvir Vidadan Namaste Jive Tajamukti Padeshadaya. I can recite the whole day, just like Hare Krishna. It's so beautiful. It's talking about your life. Okay, in the PowerPoint, can you go to the PowerPoint? Those devotee, you want to know when you are perfect candidate to receive the mercy to go back home? That's the read it proper translation. You have it 10.14.8.
My dear Lord,
Yes.
one who earnestly waits for you.
Microphone. Because we have a lot of people online, believe or not, we had 26 people listening online. Yeah.
My dear Lord, the one who earnestly waits for you to bestow your causeless mercy upon him, all the while patiently suffering the reactions of his past misdeeds and offering you respectful obeisances within his heart, words, and body, is surely eligible for liberation, for it has become his rightful claim.
So I ask a little tricky, intriguing question. What is the one thing you have to do to inherit, to receive inheritance from your parents? What is the most important, foremost thing you have to do? Yeah?
You should be alive.
You know it. Thank you. That's the perfect answer. Because if you're there, there's no question of inheritance or anything. So in order to inherit the spiritual world or go there and live with the God, you have to stay alive in Krishna consciousness.
Can't die in Krishna consciousness.
You cannot die in Krishna consciousness. You have to stay alive.
Isn't that what we're cultivating?
No, we are dying materially to stay spiritually alive. You are right, but materially we are dying to stay spiritually alive. In the middle, there will see one section. It says you carve the last residual. Well, I don't know how the sentence began. I mean, I understand that concept. You see in the middle, it looks like apparently karma, but it is not karma. Go in the middle and just read.
The word Susamekshamana indicates that a devotee earnestly waits for the mercy of the Supreme Lord, even while suffering the painful effects of previous sinful activities. Krishna explains in the Gita that a devotee who fully surrenders unto him is no longer liable to suffer the reaction of his previous karma. However, because in his mind a devotee may still maintain the remnants of his previous sinful mentality, the Lord removes the last vestiges of the enjoying spirit by giving his devotee punishments that may sometimes resemble sinful reactions.
Everybody understand? Okay. Yeah.
The purpose of the entire creation of God is to rectify the living entity's tendency to enjoy without the Lord, and therefore the particular punishment given for a simple activity is specifically designed to curtail the mentality that produces the activity. Although
Everybody getting it? Talking about our life. Okay.
Although a devotee has surrendered to the Lord's devotional service, until he is completely perfect in Krishna consciousness, he may maintain a slight inclination to enjoy the false happiness of his Lord. The Lord therefore creates a particular situation to eradicate this remaining enjoying spirit. This unhappiness suffered by a sincere devotee is not technically a karmic reaction. It is rather the Lord's special mercy for inducing his devotee to completely let go of the material world and return home back to God.
So beautiful. But the process, process to go through, to let go, is not going to come easily. You will like experience. I'm thinking nicely, I'm trying everything. Just what's wrong of having AC room in a nice hot weather? It's like a little. No, I'm not talking about the AC is okay, but I'm talking about some sinful nature when it is there with the pure devotee even. Can you believe it? Pure devotee? But they don't let go. So Krishna create a scenery. And they will eventually say, okay, I'm done with it, I'm tired of it. It's good, it's all good, it's so beautiful. Yes.
When a devotee is at that stage and something like that happens, do they understand? Do they?
No.
No. Alright.
They may go to the senior and they may say, but devotee thinks there's something wrong. Either I'm not advancing or something wrong I have done is like horrible and they cry, regret. So, end of the class, I'll talk about it. 7 way it let go. 7 steps, not 7 ways, 7 steps you have to take. But let's finish this first before we go to 7 steps. Okay, Tadastha Lakshma, Lakshan means symptoms. Extrinsic, so internal we had 3. What was it? Anukullana, Krishna, Anushilana. Anukullana means favorable. It has to be for Krishna. Krishna means Krishna incarnation, pure devotee, all. And last one was Anushilana, means activity through 3, mind, speech, and body. Anukullana, Krishna, Anushilana is intrinsic. Extrinsic is also 3. Annavilashita means material desire. I want to be the governor of Florida. What's wrong with that? Well, why you want to be governor of Florida? So everybody will respect me. Oh, that is the danger. Now, if you say, I want to be governor of Florida, so I will make every school chant Hare Krishna. That's good. That's a good intention. You follow? There's nothing wrong. Because you want to give the children Krishna consciousness from their early age. Now, is it happening? Yes. In Tripura, some state in India, they're making it like this. They're reading Bhagavad Gita, and this is so nice. Assam, so many places in Assam, one state, they're doing this. Many schools adapting this, chanting Hare Krishna before class begin. This is so nice, isn't it? Now, if you say, I wish I was the governor of Florida, then I would make all the school chant Hare Krishna 3 times or 10 times before the school begin. Now that's to implement, governor has a power, so you can do something, convince few other, like it's possible. I don't know exactly how it will work. So that's good. So Annavilas, Vidasvinnam. This is Annavilas. Jnana means there are 3 types of Jnana. One is Tat Padartha Jnana related to Krishna, who Krishna is, his character, his quality, and who you are, Tam Padartha Jnana. And then Jiva Brahma Utpasajit Jnana. There you have to understand and let it go. Means this merging idea, how horrible it is being there. What's the biggest difficulty of merging? Impersonalist.
There's no service.
There's no service. Wow, give her a lot. This is very nice. Yes. This is the best thing to be focused. The service is lost. This is our constitutional position as a servant, and service is lost. Of course, this is artificial there. Okay, Annavilashita. Annavilashita Swinnam. Anna means other. Avilash means desire. Ita means motive. Shunnam means 0. Devoid of all material, 0. Doesn't mean you have to dissolve all this. It's just a word meaning. So you can chew it, like what is that means? Anna other. So do I have any other desire? No. All my desire, I'm going to college. So I'll be educated to earn good money for Krishna's family. So temple can run and it will distribute Krishna consciousness. Good. You are sacrificing for that. So you going to college is also part of bhakti. Does that make sense? Abhilash, desire. Can we become desireless? You will hear sometime. Prabhupada also say, we have to become desireless. What do you mean like material desire? Not like, you have to see the context. Ita, motive. And somebody already explained that motive. Who did that? You did. Very nice. Motive. What is the, and Sunnam means zero. Okay. And now Jnana, Karma Adi. Jnana means impersonal philosophy here. Karma, fruitive activities, Adi, etc. Artificial detachment, mystic yoga, anabritam, not covered or uncovered. Okay, someone please read this.
Navritam, uncovered by mental speculation or creative activities, karma. Jnana karma anavritam, not covered. If you mix up karma with bhakti, you mix up jnana with bhakti, or if you mix up yoga, it is contaminated. It is not pure.
Everybody understand this? I give you a practical example. I know what goal of life is, but I want to enjoy this world. Who am I? Am I doing pure bhakti? No. What am I doing? Karma Mishra Bhakti. You know, it's Friday. Pizza is good. I like pizza. Oh, please. That's just an example. Right, I like pizza. Can you offer pizza so we can eat? But I know. I'm not talking about. Sorry, it's Ekadashi. I know we are not eating pizza. I'm just giving an example. Those who are listening, don't think we are breaking a curse. It's just an example. So we like pizza. So we're going to offer it to Lord. Not for God's pleasure, but if we don't, then we get sin. So let's offer it because we like it. I want to enjoy it, but we are adapting Krishna consciousness to go around it. What is that? Is that pure bhakti? What is it? Karma means, what is karma means? I explained that. Everybody, so long, louder.
So long,
I have a desire
I have a desire
to enjoy
to
the
enjoy
result
the results
of my all activities
of my knowledge
separately from Krishna's.
separately
That's karma. Doesn't matter whatever it is, whether it's a mind or body. Anything is not for pleasing of Krishna, it is karma, period. And karma means you're going to get a result, good or bad, whatever it is. So I want to enjoy the pizza. Is that for Krishna or for me? For me. But I will offer it. So that's bhakti. It's for me, karma. I will offer it to Krishna, bhakti. Karma makes bhakti. Can you see karma mishra bhakti? You follow? I know goal of life to please Krishna. But I was wondering, how about just aloof from everything just for a while? What am I talking about? Jnana. So, Jnana, I want like aloof from everything. Just leave me alone. I want to be by myself. If you ever felt like this, here it is there. So, okay, you have that mix. Good.
What if we want to like be alone to chant or like?
That's difference. You are pleasing Krishna. But be alone means like I don't want to be part of with the Hare Krishna, then just leave me alone. I want to go away from somewhere else. You are also in personal list? Okay, go ahead.
Karma mixed with bhakti, bhakti mixed with karma equals to one.
Karma Mishra Bhakti. It's not pure bhakti.
It's not pure bhakti.
But it is good, it is better than no bhakti because if I like pizza, I'm just using that. Okay, maybe you can use something else because it's Ekadashi. Okay, just stick to it. So I like pizza. So then I am offering pizza. It is karma mishra bhakti. Now, if I keep on doing this, whatever I think is best, I don't know halwa, I like pizza. I'm convinced pizza is the best food. Logan, that's not my choice. I'm just saying it as an example. So don't misunderstand. So what happened? Because I think it is the best thing, because it tastes good, I think, if I keep on giving to Krishna, Krishna will take. Eventually, he will take my heart and lead the karma out. So it will enter into bhakti, but it will take little time. We have to be very careful. Because if you dismiss everything what I like and dismiss everything, then it will take a long time to come back. Rather, engage whatever they want to give. Even some meat eater, if they come and give some donation, yes, give. Why? Because eventually, by giving it, they are getting purified. They will purify slowly. If you tell them no, you have to give up meat eating, then you can serve. It's not going to. Is everybody clear on this? Means whatever in their heart, there are a lot of people in this world who loves to make money on it. Money is like a main object in life. That's fine, as long as they give donation. Eventually, by giving donation, Krishna will also take their heart. Then they will get out of all this. Does that make sense? Good. Okay, now you say.
The thing is kind of difficult because like let's say my husband he don't like to eat Indian food, he like to eat Western food. So I have to like difficult for me, like okay, so I have to cook what he wanna eat, but I offer. Because Bhagavad Gita says whatever food you offer to Krishna is not sin. You're not eat sin. So, but now it's like you mixing karma. Now it's like new thing is coming. It's like not just bhakti, there's karma. So that means that there's a reaction to that.
Krishna will take your heart if you keep on doing it. Now there is a little technical things you mentioned. If you like something and your husband likes something else, and when you offering it, eventually you will go. Now don't scare him like, oh, you're doing karma mishra bhakti, you're not doing pure bhakti. We are not going to be judgmental because you will see a lot of things need to be adjusted. A lot of devotees like, you follow? What our intention, Prabhupada intention, I feel that we should each individually, we should understand, apply this in our life. Then slowly care and uplift other devotees slowly. Don't be judgmental, because if you become judgmental, it will scare them. They don't want to talk. It makes sense? If you understand what is pure bhakti, what pleases Krishna, Gurudev says this Krishna likes. Okay, you cook for that, for Krishna's pleasure. Okay, I don't know in English what he called kochu. Kochu is you know kochu? Kochu, we eat kochu in Bengal. Radharani's favorite dish she makes. Yeah, kochu, if you buy it raw, you'll have a soul like, I did once when I was a little girl. But when you boil it and then cook it, very yummy taste. Radharani is one of the main dishes she cooks, kochu. I don't know English, but I
Taro. T-A-R-O.
Taro.
Taro. T for top. Taro.
You know what?
They're saying it's taro, like RP.
Like a potato.
No.
Taro.
That's
That's what it's called.
I don't know.
Taro.
Take a raw piece in it. Very subtle. When you take, I don't know. I'm not sure. Try to take a bite and then you call me. Because it will be all swallowed here, like itching, and you don't know how to chew. They have like some kind of infection. But if you boil it, first you have to boil it before you cook it. Anyhow, never mind. This is one of the Radharani's main dishes. That's true. On Radhastami, these are focused, like you cook this, then everybody likes it. Now, if you cook something so tasty, you don't have to go for what the other person like. Instead of Krishna's plate will be very good. That's why prasadam, Prabhupada was not happy if they did not make good prasadam. Prabhupada literally said, "You spoiling my mission." He told this to the pujari, cook. And he said, "Well, we didn't have enough money." So you could have asked me, but do not ever go sacrificing the cooking standard. It should be first class prasadam. The Prabhupada emphasized this. He has a mission. Do you know ISKCON has a nickname? Kitchen religion. Prabhupada said that. Kitchen religion. We literally distribute probably more prasad than any relief fund. In Woodstock, I was there with Indra Swami. One day we counted 92,000 people. For whole month the festival was Woodstock festival. These people literally, I was dark skinned, they're like very fair skinned in Poland. And they're like chanting and dancing in 3-4 hours minimum. They're all karmis. They just love this dance and then they're hungry, go eat, come back and dance. The whole month goes thousands and thousands. Yeah, he does. I hope he stay alive. He was very wonderful in the Swami's program. There are Matajis, I also bow down to their feet from Ukraine. They come thousands of them. They just cook and cook and cook. They're very organized. I'm going off there. 10 people this line, 10 people this line, 10 people cooking, and every 2 hours shifts. They're like whole organized themselves. Maharaj doesn't do that. But they do this every year, except this COVID will stop. I think they're starting again. So it's wonderful. Okay, is that clear? More.
One, just last one. Let's say we cook and to serve the devotees. You know, like what devotees want, we want to please them. Is this karma mixed with bhakti?
Very interesting question. You mean according to their palatable dish?
Yeah. Yeah, usually many places that I go, you know, they always cook like what people want to eat. You know, like when people come from this background, that background, devotees, you know, they want to cook something that everyone can eat these days, especially sadhu sangha.
If you have that mentality, that devotee will feel more comfortable if they get a nice prasadam according to their liking, and they will chant. Like in Texas, they had a, what is it, $600,000 they spent. Because every day was 3,000 people honoring prasadam, 3,000 devotees. Just last month. Was it last month? Many people. In Texas. Huh? Sadhu Sangha.
In May.
In May. Yeah, so it's a couple of months back. Yeah, so they created an atmosphere where the devotee majorities are whatever the different style, and they made idli, dosa, different style, and everybody liked it. And when they liked it, they spend more time on chanting, dancing. So it is part of pure bhakti. Because you're serving the devotees in a way that they can engage more in serving. It's like taking medicine. How is that pure bhakti? Well, to keep the body fit, you have to. Otherwise, how are you going to engage the body to serve? Does that make sense? Okay. But I like this, so I'm going to only put this. That's not clear. That's very subtle. Is that clear? It's like very subtle.
Can we think what Krishna wants?
It's very simple.
For him, like pure
Yeah.
mind, how?
There's a 51 items in that song. Vaja bhakatava salasigora Sigora hari sahigosta vihari nanda jaso madi chitari Luchi chini sarapuri laddu rasa bali. You don't want me to sing the whole song. 50 items. You can cook all this. It's there in our song. It says that what Krishna likes. Okay, someone please read. Just in case if you think because some professor, they would challenge, we don't have a free will, free choice. And, I brag about it because in a sense, we had a lot of senior devotees in the class and they felt disturbed. And So I was there also. I was a little feisty those days. And 1863, I just said heavily. How can you say like this? All over the books. In Bhagavad Gita, 1863, look this, Krishna says, make your decision. Tata Ichhachi Tata Kuru. What is that word mean? Do as you like. Isn't choice? So Prabhupada also comment on this. Can you read someone, please?
Srila Prabhupada, yes, because the will is eternal. That is not the stoppage of life. One simply gets another body. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Tatha Vihanta Prapti. When the body dies, the soul transmigrates to another body. This is proof that the life of the person is eternal. And because the person is eternal, his desire and will are also eternal. But soul and heart did not know that what the eternal
Spoken hours.
Huh?
Spoken hour is some kind of a professor came to speak. So
Say, that eternal willing is the eternal will of every living entity is to serve Krishna always.
good. Okay. This is in third chapter 36. When a living entity comes in contact with the material creation, his eternal love for Krishna is transformed into lust. So this is the root cause of problem. In association with the mode of passion, or in other words, the sense of love of God becomes transformed into lust, as milk in contact with sour tamarind is transformed into yogurt. So our original desire is for Krishna's pleasure, but when it mixes with the material nature, material modes, Rajagun, particularly, Rajagun means manifest. Tamagun means you have to get out of the manifestation. And Sattvagun means you are not affected. It's very interesting. You can see where you are. Okay. So then question comes, if everything is destined, how can we have a free will? Don't worry about the next time. It's in Bengali. Okay. Everybody understand my question? If everything is destined, how can we have free will? Answer is, it is wrong to assume that everything is destined. Because people say that. Life is, whatever is there is going to happen. Is it true? No. So Baladev Vitabhushan, who is a prominent Acharya of Gauriya Vaishnava tradition, mentioned in his Govinda Bhashya, I read it, as well as in Bhagavad Gita commentary, that if everything is destined, then there is no meaning to the existence of scripture. Why did Krishna say, do this, don't do this? Why? If everything is automatically destined. You follow? But we don't see that. Krishna says, bow down to me, manmana, bhavaman bhakto, think of me, worship me. Why did he say that? Means we have to do. Not everything is destined. So if our own action were also destined, then there is no meaning to scripture, because it means we do not have the free will and we are forced to act according to destiny's will. That is not true. Therefore, the very fact that Lord Krishna has given us scripture which provide instruction about what is not to be done, to help us understand that we have free will and we have the capacity to choose. It is true that certain important things in our life are destined, and there are also equally not very important things where we have the capacity to choose. In the Mahabharata, Vidura, while talking to Dhritarashtra, reconciled destiny and free will by saying that destiny determines the consequences of our actions, not our actions itself. Therefore, we have free will to choose our action, but once we have chosen our action, then we cannot decide what consequences we'll get. Is everybody clear with that? You are inside the flight. Flight took off. Do you have a choice anymore but be inside the flight? Is that clear? Before you got into the flight, you had a choice. Well, maybe I don't want to go. Maybe I'll go somewhere else. But once you are inside the flight, just be with it. And if you make noise inside the flight, I don't know what they do. May not be good. I think it will not be good. I think so. So if a person board the flight, as I mentioned, so we have to think like this. It is important to understand that we are not entirely free to choose whatever we like. When we have a human body, we cannot fly like a bird, which means that destiny may, at different times, or to some extent, restrict the choice that we have. Still, within that restriction, we have certain freedom. For example, consider a horse tied to a pole with a rope. I don't know if you ever saw it. You can see around this, there's a lot of horse farms there. In one sense, the horse is restricted from moving anywhere, so cannot walk beyond the length of the rope. But at the same time, the horse is free to move anywhere within the circle. Make sense? Similarly, although there is a restriction, there is some amount of freedom also. We are also like this. Like right now it's cloudy. You don't have any control on that. But that does not determine whether you want to remain happy or sad. It's up to you. Is that made clear, everybody? Good. There's a question I made. Do we choose our interest or do our interest chooses us? Yes and no. It is no in the sense that we may need to acknowledge that something may never interest us naturally. It might be the best if we choose a life vocation that is harmony with our natural interests. It is also yes in the sense that we can choose among our interests. So what is the lesson from here? By careful self-observation, we can understand how our various interests are affected. Then we can nourish our healthy interests by consciously attending to them and starve our unhealthy interests by consciously neglecting. Now let's talk about karma very quick. Are you the maker of your destiny or life is predestined? What do you think? Takes too long to answer. So here is the clue, and then you answer. Our past karma. In order to get rid of karma, you have to consciously. Bhagavatam does not say ignorantly you can escape from karma. Bhagavatam says, Tavat karmani kurvita na niravedya javata. Mat katha savanado va saddha javanna jayate. So what Krishna told is, as long you don't have these two things, you cannot get rid of karma. And if you do artificially, you will fall for it. There are a lot of false renounce in this world. False renunciate. You'll see. They just immaturely give up things and then they fall for the same thing later on. You know, we'll see even in our movement sometimes. So I'm going to give few points on this. I was thinking a lot about it. I studied also a lot about it. First of all, first point is our past karma does not determine what will happen in our life, but it does not determine how we will react to it. That's first. Second, a weather forecast, as I mentioned, can tell us whether our journey from the land to Miami or from anywhere to anywhere, whether it will be snowy or sunny. Weather forecast generally can tell. But it does not determine what we do during the journey. Is that clear? I mean, we did that. It was a heavy rain, but inside we were like laughing and talking about it. So what rain got to do with our happiness? In one sense, no. But at the same time, if there was no rain, maybe it would be, I don't know. No need to speculate. Third, There are two schools of thoughts in this world. There's two schools everywhere in this world. One is called Karmabad, one is called Daivabad. Dhritarashtra believed in Daivabad, and Vidura says, no, you have to learn both schools. This is very important. I'm just going very fast, but you have to understand this. If you understand this, then you can say, I don't want to do anything about karma. And then Jnana will talk also. So these are few things. So karma, by my karma, I will be successful. If I work very hard, when a young boy is like in their teenager, hey, you can be next Bill Gates. Yeah, I can. Then when they go to 25, 26, some of you can be late. It's hard. I don't know if I can be next Bill Gates. When you are 30, I have a good job, that's enough. What will you do? You dream of teenager, you will be next richest man. It's not realistic. You follow? These are called karma. They think they can make whatever they want to. You know, next president, I can be the next president. You ask a teenager, they may start dreaming about it. Yeah, why not? Why not? And they go into politics, they make it. After a few years, when they come to 26, 27, they start changing. Wow, it's not easy. And by the time they're 30 or they get married, just one good job I'll be okay. Whole dream like shattered. This is reality. It's called karma. Dvaivabad, everything is determined by destiny. And Dhritarashtra was trying, as I mentioned. This is beautiful. If you have a time, you read about Vidura and Dhritarashtra's conversation in Mahabharata. It was like fascinating. How Dhritarashtra, he wondered. He was not only blind externally, he was spiritually also blind. We can be, we have emotion, or we don't have to be emotional. There's two different. We need emotional support. We need emotional support. That's a fact. Or we don't. We are, because we are emotional being. We have emotion, but we don't have to be in a wrong place in the wrong. It can actually degrade us or pull us in. So, what is the conclusion on this? Conclusion is the real Vedic understanding is that the result of our action are determined both by two things. By our action in this life and the reaction of the action of past life. Example, you know, Sattavrata Muni, he had a boat ride with Matsavata. Namami Saram Sachidananda Rupam Rasakundalam Do Kulebrajunani. This Sattavrata Muni who composed this, he was going in the devastation pastimes in a beautiful boat, and he's conversing with the Lord. 1 mile by. Where is the mouth? Don't put this logic. The Sattavrata Muni is just like one human being, as a king. But the Matsavata is 1 million mile by. So how do you speak to 1 million mile by lords? Because imagine trying to draw it, it's impossible. 1 million mile by. You talking to the Lord. How do I talk to him? Don't put that logic. Because he is Supreme Lord. He can hear you. He's in your heart too. So the beautiful conversation, many question answer. One question was, okay, I'll give the conclusion. In the village, all the people were thinking they are going to produce the result. This is called karma path. I will make it. So they plow the field, they sow the seed, no rain. Guess what happened? They didn't get any rain. We follow. Next year, they say, if it is there in our luck, it will happen, otherwise it won't. So they didn't do anything, and rain came. Then they regretted. Oh, why didn't we do it? Are you following with me? First time they did the work, rain didn't come, so they did not get any rain. Next time they thought, oh, just wasting our life, just if it is in our life, what do you call luck, it will come. And sure enough, rain came, but they didn't sow the seed, so they didn't get the rain. So both years. So he asked this question to Matsavata, the Lord, And the Matsavada said, you do your duty, God does his duty. Do not intervene in his. So third year, they plow the field, sow the seed, rain came, everybody is happy. What's the conclusion? What is the conclusion? You do your duty. Don't depend whether the result is coming or not. This is how it is. I don't have time, we're not going to go so much on this. Is the karma viewpoint scientific? What is karma? How does it act? Logic of karma. One day we will discuss about it. I mean, if we have time. Okay, can someone read this? The logic of karma.
All of nature obeys law. The law of karma is for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. In the Bible, it is phrased as you sow, so shall you.
Famous quote.
Second, normal training system. If the students study well, their parents appreciate them and give them some gift. If they don't study nicely, the parents chastise them and reduce their pocket money. Whatever there is a superior supervisor, the normal way of training is punishment for the bad and reward for the good. Similarly, since God is the most benevolent parents and the most intelligent trainer, he is also follows the same system. He used the law of karma to train us.
This is a very practical. And even, I did actually talk to this person who doesn't believe law of karma. He said, that's Indian things. I said, look, everything has a law. For every action, there is the equal and opposite reaction. So now, there is a gravitational law. I said, you don't have to believe it. You jump from 10th floor, then you talk to them. So why should I do that? I said, because you don't believe in law of karma. Everything has a law. But people stupidly or mistakenly, they don't understand. Actually, everything is calculated. Nobody can escape from it. Okay, one more. Doubts about karma. In future session, I will discuss this when we come to that part. Why not action and reaction in one life? Because people say, why do I have to suffer from previous life? Why not in this life done? Everything done. Good example, Dhritarashtra suffered for 100 children. So Dhritarashtra asked Krishna, you didn't even save one child out of 100. Of course, his wife was so angry, she cursed Krishna. That you lose your dynasty, you lost all my son, you could have saved one. Anyway, that was not necessary to curse Krishna like this. It doesn't affect, but it's not a good thing. Then he asked the question, why do I have to suffer for 100 children? He said, well, 101 years life back, this whole story, how he killed 100 chicks brutally for his own sense enjoyment. But the pigeon, their mother, gave their life for the king's dinner. But King Dhritarashtra, he was not a Dhritarashtra at that time, 101 years like that. He brutally killed those 101, and their parents, they could feel the pain so severe. And it took 50 years later he had to suffer this. So then question came, he asked, why do I have to wait 50 years? He said, to have 100 children, you think it's like just like this? You have to have a credit in your piety to be the father of 100 children. So you develop credit in 50 life. Now you got 100 children to get the reaction of. Because people, when they start understanding this, they get like, can I just burn out all my bad karma now? Why in future? Why in future? No, it has a very complex calculation. It has to have a time, place, maturity. Everything we do, not necessarily in one life can be. That's why we need to understand the karma is not something I want. I want to surrender. Then Krishna said, okay, I burn your all karma there. Finish. Who would like to? How many of you would like to burn all your bad karma forever? Finish. Raise hand. If you're sleeping, still raise hand. You want to burn out? Good. This is raising. Okay. She's like, my girl is so complex. Okay. 3 types of action. Karma means do something to get something. Karma means reaction of past action, now suffering is called one's karma. Karma also refers to the whole system of law of karma. Now, when you do bhakti, when you understand the end of this session, you never want to do karma from today on. Say, I don't want to be part of it. This is very nice. Is everything destiny? We discussed that. We make our destiny by our karma and be karma. Destiny is something like weather forecast. So I explained that little bit of karma. Complete freedom from karma. How? By bhakti. Here it should be. Now Jnana. We're done with the karma. Jnana. How are Jnana karma uncovered in bhakti devotional service? Is that visible? Can you see that? Okay. Is the Gyan do we need Gyan? We do? Yes, no? Yes. I am doing bhakti. I don't care for Gyan. Is that okay? No. Why?
Because we need knowledge of Krishna and what's in the world, in our relationship to it, to go beyond it.
You need knowledge to do bhakti.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's just sentimental.
Wow. You're making me think. But I want everybody to be familiar 1.2.6, 1.2.7. Okay. That verse is very important. You cannot say you do bhakti and you do not have a detachment and knowledge not arising within your heart. If the knowledge related to Krishna and the soul and the material nature is not arising completely in your heart, and detachment from the sense gratification, these two things, if it is not arising in your heart, you are not doing pure bhakti. The verse is this one: Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayodita Janayati Asu Vairagnam Jnanam Chadat Ahetukar. Means when you perform bhakti, when you pleasing Krishna, Guru Krishna, Gyan and Vairagya has to come because they are the children of Bhakti Devi. This is not artificial, this is the genuine. Yes.
Bhakti maybe a personality.
So there is a question.
Because I've never seen.
Why would you ask? Just curious. Where is the mic? Okay. No, I'm just, did somebody tell you?
I remember one time we had a conversation and it was
Inconclusive, and so since I've always had this question.
What is the question?
Am I just,
The question is Bhakti Devi a personality?
now, do you know metaphor? Do you know, what's the example? Like Puranjan. Is Puranjan is a reality or is a, what Prabhupada says?
What it's based on.
You hear the verse that Bhakti Devi was arriving in Vrindavan with his 2 sons, Jnana and Vairagya, and they are very old and she is young. So then when the conversation, 4 Kumaras are involved and Narada also involved in the whole story. That how is this? Mother is young, but the children are old, Jnana and Vairagya. Now, this may not be actual story only. It could be what Prabhupada called, it's like you demonstrate an example. Allegory. Puranjan. Puranjan is the allegory story. It's not a real story. Allegory story means they created a person and whole past tense, everything to demonstrate something, but it is not like that. So yes, in one sense you can say that, but the person who, okay, I will not mention because I like him, is senior, exactly. But he said it's not a, Bhakti Devi is not a person, so we challenge, but you said I have to think, I said, why can't you just accept? I'm not giving reference something else. Because in Chaitanya the Adi Lila chapter 4, you can literally see Ladi Nira Sara Prema Prema Sara Bhava, all those verses I used to like reading. It's very because it's tasty. Ladi Nira Sara Prema Prema Sara Bhava Bhavera Paramokasa Nam Mahabhava Mahabhava Swarupini Sirada Thakurani Sarva Guna Khani Krishna Bhakta Siramani. I said, Maharaj, this is says this bhava, Sadha Sadhusanga Bhajana Kriya Anarthani Giti Nishta Ruchi Ashukti Bhava. And prema, sneha, mana, raga, anuraga, mahabhava, rura bhava, adirura bhava, madhanaka bhava. This is 16 stages of our progression. Mahabhava is Radharani herself. Do you deny it? He said, no, I agree. I said, then Mahabhava is a bhakti, stage of bhakti. Every stage of bhakti, she is a baby, now she is growing, Bhakti Devi is growing. Okay, we need to talk another day. I said, okay, but till today is like almost long time. But we are not challenging, but we will not change our idea. Because we see that Bhakti Devi is a person in Chaitanya Chaitanya. So we accept Bhakti Devi is a person. Otherwise, we explain. I know the Bengali, what it means. You cannot twist the word and say something else. It says Mahabhava Swarupini Sri Radha Thakurani. Mahabhava Swarup, form of Mahabhava is Srimati Radharani herself. How do you come to Mahabhava? To all the stages together. The little Bhakti Devi growing to be like this. So in answer to your question, is Bhakti Devi a person? Yes, she is a person. And if somebody needs evidence, we have evidence. I'm not going to just say I agree. I say there is evidence. Unless you find something else, show me. I want to accept, I want to learn and progress.
So what does that mean? Bhakti Devi's personality.
Are you a person? You have preference. You have a liking. You have attitude. You have personality. You have characters. Right? So Bhakti Devi has all these things. She's a person. Radharani has all this. Now Bhakti Devi is extension of Radharani. In a sense, because Prabhupada also says Bhakti Devi is more powerful than Krishna. Because Bhakti Devi makes Krishna dance, Radharani dance, the whole world dance. She also makes herself dance. Isn't it? Everybody is dancing because of Bhakti. This is a love of feelings. How do we go to Bhakti Devi from? Oh, when you do Bhakti, then Jnana Vairagya appears. Is that clear? Now Vairagya, there is a two Vairagya. Vairagya means renunciation. One is proper called Jukta Vairagya. This is what we need to adapt. We need to be fully aware of Jukta Vairagya. Today is not the class. But Jnana Vairagya, you will see one of the items. In this chapter, we'll be talking about this. So there are 5 types of false renunciation, and it's called Swatan Vairagya, Polgu Vairagya, Markat Vairagya, Ati Bhogi Vairagya, Atmahatta Kari Vairagya. Then there is a knowledge, 3 types. Oh yeah, there is Tam Padartha Gyan, Tam Padartha Gyan, Jiva Brahma Kusali Gyan. And I get the reference. I always like reference, so I don't value my own word, but I hold tightly to those references. If somebody challenge, here it is. You're not challenging me, challenging scriptures. Is that clear? Now the question is, how Jnana and Karma are the cause of material desire? Is the Jnana Karma cause of material desire? Brothers and mothers, I'm going to say a few minutes about it. We're going to finish. We are actually doing very good so far. Just grasping. Jnana and karma are two basic faculties of every living being, more specifically you, human being. Jnana connotes knowledge or cognition, karma connotes action. If we consider a body, it has a hands and head. I did talk about it one day. I hope you all remember. And heart. So we discussed that underlying the hands and the head and unifying it all is the heart. You do bhakti mata with heart or with hand or with head? With the heart, knowing their under heart, the head and hand, but not the hand itself, then it is dangerous. These are called forming. They don't even think about God, they just do what they want to make money or enjoy life. Good. Okay, you got that point. Now, one more question. How are karma and jnana the cause of material desire? That's a very good question. So here is some answer, what I found. The word material can have a multiple meaning. At the simplest level, it refers to that which is related to matter. Material means related to matter. When we want to possess, control, and enjoy matter, then the desire is called material desire. Is that clear? Where do you find matter and material? Where do you find it? What I'm saying is true. 7.4, 7.5, Bhagavad Gita. Bhumi, Apa, Nalo, Vayu, Kammana, Buddhi, Revacha. Ankara, Idiyame, Bhina, Prakriti, Rasada. Krishna said, these 8 elements are air, water, fire, ether, mind, intelligence, ego, are my material nature. Krishna said this. You follow? So on base of that, I just made a little note on that. The path of karma kanda or regulated material enjoyment is based on scriptural guidelines. For an example, going to heaven, getting better facility to enjoy in this world involves fulfilling material desire. When one hears the flowery and beautiful scriptural description of such material enjoyment, then it may be kindle one's material desire. And some people may want to fulfill their material desire without going through scriptures and instead, by their own independent endeavor. Such people comprise the majority today. But in the past ages, people fulfill their material desire through scriptural guidelines. There was the path of karma kanda, which naturally resulted in material desire. Now, it's also infiltrated in among the devotees, Prabhus and mothers. I won't say the name, I love this devotee. This Prabhu's disciple, very scholarly. He said, Prangovinda, I have to tell you honestly, I don't have any desire to merge in the Brahman. But I wonder sometimes, before, on the way to go to Golok, is it okay to stop little time in heaven? I said, Prabhu, you want to just enjoy. Why don't you just tell the truth? That you want to enjoy it. Well, no, don't go well and just say yes. Yeah, I guess so. You see, your wife is not here, so you don't have to worry. Since you want to enjoy, and Prabhupada says in the morning walk, what did he say? A lot of my disciples will go to heaven before they go to Vaikuntha. Why did Prabhupada say that? Because he knows. Now I would not know, but then Prabhu actually told me this. You want to just check it out. I said, no, you're not checking out. You want to enjoy. Just be honest and say yes. What is the shyness about it? I will ask. Just be honest and purify it. Trying to word it out to some fancy word just to check it out. What is it? You have a desire. Okay. So let's go back to our final conclusion. What is pure bhakti? It constitutes cultivation of activities, Anushilanam. It has to be directed towards Krishna Krishna means Guru or incarnation. And it has to be with favorable attitude. They are catching up again. You follow? So this is called intrinsic. What is covered right now by extrinsic or covering? What are the coverings? Jnana, karma, and material desire. We'll go to Jnana Karma first. Anna Vilas first. Material desire. This is very important. I just made it in my own writings. And we saw that. Okay. Can someone read this? Please. Prabhupada put this in the introduction, so we are done with it.
Krishna consciousness can be based simply on hearing, chanting, remembering, etc. Described in the Srimad Bhagavatam are 9 different processes, besides which everything done is unfavorable to Krishna consciousness. Thus, one should always be guarding against all allowance.
Means we have to guard ourselves not to fall out. This is very true. Okay, one more. Keyboard.
It is only for our guidance that Srila Rupa Goswami prepared his book Bhakti Rasamrta Sindhu, which is now presented in the form of nectar of devotion. Persons engaged in the Krishna consciousness movement may take advantage of this great literature and be very solidly situated in Krishna consciousness. Preface.
This from the preface. Okay. So we are done here. Now I'm going to say in the nectar of instruction, in the preface, what was that line? It's here. It's in the preface. You remember I mentioned that this is a heavy line. He said advancement in Krishna consciousness depend on the attitude of the followers. Now, what is the attitude we are talking about? This is something we need to keep track. Write it down in your heart. However you like, by contemplating or that advancement in Krishna consciousness depend on the attitude of the followers. Prabhupada said, I'm reading Prabhupada's wonderful sentence. What should be our attitude? That's my question. Our attitude should be this, what I find. Whatever comes, Prabhus and mothers, this is earned by my previous karma. Can you say that boldly to yourself? Whether it is painful or some of you, but can you just blame someone? No. I'm not going to say, I just really request, begging those people who are listening also online, that yes, you have to say whatever comes, this is earned by my previous karma. I give you a good dirty example. Maybe you'll get it. Okay, dirty example, should I or not? Somebody passed stool. Oh, horrible smell. Stool said, excuse me. I was a good samosa until I associated with you. Look at what it became. So isn't the fault of the stool smell there? We should blame ourselves. I'm serious. Whatever happened in our life, don't blame anybody else. You are responsible. You did sometime, some life, somewhere, something. You may not remember, it just pops now this life. And Maya already knows when to pop this. Yes.
So I'm just curious, maybe not to focus not on so much like that this happened to me, but if we just see it as Krishna is trying to teach us something, rather than seeing it as like, oh, it's my previous karma or it's someone else's fault, if we just see it as Krishna's arrangement and he's trying to either reveal something, inspire us if it's positive, or he's trying to teach us something if it's negative, and then just not, because I feel like we can, even that can keep us in this karmic mindset of, oh, it's my karma, it's like keeping us in this karmic mindset.
It's always safer to blame ourselves.
Agree, but
Safer in a sense, because if anything pushes us to go to Krishna, we should embrace If anything takes us away from Krishna, we should run away from it. This is I do, practically I do nowadays. Anything that not reminding of Krishna or any, whether it's a person or anything, I just don't want to turn that. But anything brings Krishna, even if it is painful, I embrace it. It's actually, it's very difficult to say. Somebody put something bad things about me on Facebook. It pushed me so heavily, deeply in my heart that I really prayed and I cried. I remember. But I tried to, and it elevated such a, I'm not bragging about it that way, but I see that a lot of desire like disappear. I don't know what happened. I wish it could happen long time there. I asked Jayadutta Maharaj about it. I said, Maharaj, I don't have any taste, I don't have any craving for this sentiment. That I gave up, but once in a while I would linger. Yeah, oh, maybe she's beautiful or this, that. But this is completely gone. How did it happen? Why I could not do this 30 years back or moment I was born? Maharaj said, I have answer. When you find out, you let me. Because it is difficult. When Krishna going to do this to you? Only Krishna knows everything. Nobody else knows. There is not really one short formula that it will happen when you are 30 or 40 years old. No. Krishna is very personal. He deals each devotee with that. I wish I could cry more for Krishna, but crying Krishna doesn't come easily. I notice. But that stimulated. Now, whether it's a true story or not, that's not a question. It puts me to go inside. How can I blame that person? Even though it's not right, it's wrong information. But I don't feel like to blame that person. You know what I mean? Because it gave me such a boost to go inside and pray really to Krishna. I wish I could do this more, like, I don't know, it's very difficult to say Krishna knows what I can handle, how much I can handle. He only give up to this that I can handle. He will not give more than that, I'll go away. Makes sense? Prabhupada put this in the Holy Maharaj's one part. So, my previous karma has earned such an environment, and it is necessity to teach me. Am I looking? This incident happened to teach me something. And brothers and mothers, I tell you honestly, this is very true. I will show you many verses. Until the lesson is over, it will be repeated if you do not take the lesson. What does the Prabhupada say? Human is there. To commit mistake is not bad if you learn a lesson. But if you did not learn a lesson, it will repeat again and again and again. That's why devotees' life sometimes when they say, when it will end? No, it will not end until you learn the lesson. It's a true story. I will not say that devotee is still a pujari in America temple. That's all I can say. It was a very nice practical example that one new person came to become devotee, just like Lord. So this old pujari, I will not say he or she because you can figure it out. I will say. He was a nice person. I said, I like that example. I'm going to use that. I said, okay, you can, don't mention my name. But I learned a lesson. This is striking. So every time in the winter, goes to bathroom, doorknob is wet. Because the person is also American, Western body, does not wet the hand with tissue paper or anything. Just the wet hand touch the doorknob. And in cold weather, I don't know, it's not a big deal, but touching the wet doorknob, it's like, you feel like to dry doorknob, like not wet doorknob. How the water got here, you think about this generally, even in this bathroom, doesn't happen. It's dry. So after 7 days, this devotee spoke to the newcomer. Would you mind of drying your hand before you, because I just don't like this water. Is that okay? Say yes, I'm sorry. But no lesson learned. After 1 week, this devotee told me personally, I was angry. I was thinking, should I yell to that person? No, that's not good. But the person understands them. So again, repeat it. If you don't mind, can you just wipe your hand? I'm sorry to repeat that. Just it's almost like 1 week ago I mentioned. Okay, I'll do it. On the third week, it was cold, winter, and the DT room did not have a heater. So this devotee wake up the DT. So it's doing Ajman, but with the wet hand, did not dry up, touching Krishna's, you have to take the fruit out before you offer the plate, touching the feet and face, and then all of a sudden you're like, I am touching the wet water to the DT's hand and everything for weeks. So beg apology to Krishna. I'm so sorry. I should dry my hand before I touch him in a cold feet. Because Krishna is a person. Don't use the logic Krishna is above the cold and hot. We are not talking about that. You treat him like just like one of family member. So after she apologized and she's very careful, automatically that person stopped the doorknob way. You follow? Then I was putting it like I said, so I told her. I said, oh, now you know, I said, I told that person, I said, there's a verse actually explaining this. She said, really? So I said, yeah, 11 10, I spoke 1 hour about it. And 3-4 devotee came. This is so sweet. This is happening in our life, in this person's life. I said, these are true. So whenever something happens in your life, see Krishna's hand, what Krishna wants to teach you. If we do not learn, it will repeat. It may not be same way, different way. But just do not blame other person. Try to go inside. There is a lesson. What is the lesson? Well, the other person is fault. Is not trying his hair. But didn't do that. That was a good part. But Krishna told, help here.
I'm going to ask for the reference verse 11
11.20.27. But you have to read the 4 pages, all the purport, to come to this one paragraph. I'll help with this paragraph later. Well, we'll see. I want to finish this. Is that okay? But you can read it later. It's very beautiful. So, whatever the circumstances, Prabhus and mothers, the environment may be undesirable, but if we are sincere, we must take it with a good motive, because the Lord has sent it. Can you remember that? Because the Lord has sent it. Without his sanction, 13:23, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said, I am. Gati Bhatta Prabhu Sakshi Saranam Suri. Prabhu Prabhu Sthanam Nidanam Bijam Oppanam. He said 14 things he is. He's sanctioned, he's seeing everything. 13:23, if you look at it, you'll see this. That he Anumanta Upadrashta means overseer. He's seeing it. So we should understand it is Krishna sanction, means Krishna is trying to teach us. If you don't pay attention, it's not like Krishna has to come out from the altar and tell you. Krishna is already giving the indication, hey, pay attention this way. Pay attention, this way. That person is diverting me. No, it is not that person. Krishna is through that person helping this. This is a very beautiful. You follow? Prabhupada's life is like this. In the Bhagavatam beginning, that wise, intelligent man, they pick up the gold even from a stool tip or dirty place. So wherever we learn the lesson, whoever teaches, we should take the lesson. When that new bhakta, telling Prabhupada, who just joined yesterday, he said, you should not become angry, just chant Hare Krishna, sit down and chant. Did Prabhupada argue? No. He took the Japamala and sat down and started laughing and chanting. This is hilarious, but it's a good example. The Prabhupada understood. Maybe Krishna wants him to do like this, and he did it. This is called devotee. So, Krishna is seeing these things. As soon as the necessity ends, it will be removed. Can you remember that? As soon as you learn the lesson, and I shall be placed in another environment, there is no error in his decision. Brothers and mothers, I'm being very bold on this. You know only this life. You really don't know everything about this life either, to be honest. You know little bit about this life. You don't remember 2 years, 3 years, what you did every day. You don't. Krishna knows. You look at 7th chapter, Krishna says, Vedaham samatitani. I know your past, Bhakti. Vedaham samatitani vartamanani. I know your present. What you're talking, what you're talking very. I know what it's time to do. Krishna knows. I know that also. That Krishna knows. If my intention is bad, I'll get punished. I know that. You know, you understand? So I think also, am I speaking actually in correct way, trying to establish this bhakti? Otherwise, I will be punished. Krishna witnessing right now. So Vedaham samatitani vartamanani charjana avishcharicho bhutani mantu vedana question. And I know it from the future. Krishna said this. I know your past, present, and future. Nobody knows me. So what more you need? So we have to take this verse. Pratyena kampa susamikshamana bhunja devatma kripam vipakam vipakabhuti vidadan namaste jivet jumukti padeshadayavad. One who lives his life while joyfully seeing everything as your mercy, my Lord. Even as he experiences the adverse condition arising from his past deeds, and constantly pays respect to you with his mind, body, and words, is certain to attain your lotus feet. I love this verse. You know who appreciated this verse? Vishnu. Krishna says, what is the surprising to you? It says, surprising about your devotee, my Lord. Okay, when Pandavas had nothing, they paid obeisances to you. Then you gave the kingdom to them, because he knows by sanction only it comes. So the Pandava became, Yudhishthira Maharaj became the king. You know, there was Hastinapur, and then there's another place called, what's the Pandava's kingdom? Indraprastha, thank you. And then Krishna took away in the family. They lost again. So Krishna is smiling. So he asked, what is the surprise? Surprise is that when they had nothing, they paid obeisances. They got everything, they paid obeisances. And they, again, you took away everything, they paying obeisances more and more. I'm surprised. They never accuse you. Why is that? Why Pandava never accused Krishna?
Pure devotee.
Pure devotees, they know whatever Krishna is doing is ultimately best for them. This kind of conviction we need, this kind of faith we need. Whatever is happening in my life, Krishna is there, I'm holding it. It is maybe bad, I don't like it, but Krishna is there, he knows it is good for me. That's why he sanctioned it. Nobody can do anything without sanction of Krishna. 13:23, can you memorize that verse also? That without sanction of Krishna, nothing, even blade of a glass don't move. What to talk about somebody obstacle in my life? So this is very beautiful. Yeah.
Krishna. So how can we understand when Krishna sanctions everything, when Maya comes to trick us? How can we understand if it's something sanctioned by Krishna or it's Maya's trick? Because sometimes they can look very similar.
No. I think we are misunderstanding the verse. Upadrashta, I am overseeing. Who is speaking? Maya or Krishna? Krishna.
Right.
Who is overseeing? Krishna for you. He sanctioned. Is Maya has a power? Everybody please repeat after me. I, the soul, is the initiating cause. Krishna, the supreme controller, is the sanctioning cause. Maya, material nature, is the instrumental cause. You know instrumental cause? I kill a snake with a stick. Who killed the snake? The stick. There could be sometimes snake and stick next to each other, but it's not killing. Because stick does not kill. Stick doesn't have a power. I am holding it. With the stick, I kill. So you have to see Maya like a stick. Maya cannot do anything to anyone unless it is necessary, Krishna's plan. You don't want to blame Krishna, but you want to blame little bit Maya. Be honest. Yes?
I'm just trying to understand.
Okay.
Like if Maya is like.
Maya is like a stick.
Like maybe someone presents themselves, like an opportunity or something like this. And how do I know if it's Maya trying to take me away from something or if it's, you know, it's arrangement that he wants me to take this route, you know?
Everything is Krishna there in you. It's required developing a perception.
But the respond according, so we can say no to it if it is not favorable or. But how do we tell them?
By taking shelter of Krishna. If you cannot decide, what did Arjuna do? He went to Krishna. Not us, he went to Krishna. Krishna is the person he went. He could have asked others. In battlefield, there are many people sitting. But he went to Krishna. We need to go to Krishna. Whenever we cannot decide, go to Krishna, go to Krishna, go to Krishna. Always best. Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay, so we can get the freedom by bhakti. This is the takeaway from importance of bhakti. 4 things you have to do, brothers and mothers. 4 things, try to develop this. 1 is develop discriminating power. Don't read this like complicated, even myself getting that. Even by typing. And you can see it's like a messy village boy type. So first thing you do, develop discrimination power. You have to develop discrimination power. What will take me to Krishna? What will take me to Krishna? What will take me away from Krishna? You have to have that discrimination power. So more you develop discrimination power, Bhakta Mukta Phalgujukta, that verse of Siddhartha, I have to send you. So that's first thing. Second thing you do, determination to do right thing and not do that wrong thing. You need. Where did I get this from? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told this to Raghunath Das Goswami, who wanted to give up his family life and want to travel with Lord Chaitanya. He is frustrated with life, this, that. Mahaprabhu says, Sthir haiya ghare jao na ho batul krame krame pai log avashing log. Antare nishta bhajya loka vyavahar achirat Krishna tumai koriven uddhar. He said, don't act like a crazy man. Be fixed in Krishna. In our life, we should have internal connection more than external action. What did I say? You literally have to think that. We have to have a connection with Krishna. Antar and Nishta. Antar means inside. Nishta, firm fixed to Krishna. Mahaprabhu said feeling. Bhajya loka vyavahar. And outside, loka vyavahar. How people expect. You know, if you are chanting, if you have a child crying, I'm chanting Krishna's name. Why the child has to cry? Somebody take care of the child. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. This is not a vyavahar. Mahaprabhu says you behave the way people in the house and society respect or expect. This is very important. You follow? He said, don't be crazy, man. Go to the house, develop faith, Krishna internally, and externally you behave the way society expects you. Then what will happen? Antarnishta Bhajya Loka Vyavahar Achira, and very soon Krishna will deliver you. And Raghunath Das Goswami will deliver, but not immediately, but after. So this is very important. Yes, Guru.
Yeah, there is this similar message by Rushabdev Maharaj. Yeva Mai se kutu saurudana.
Yes.
That is the one which he says that Yavad Arthas Chaloki. Means, you know, as much as required, you deal with family and external. Otherwise, be connected to them.
Yes, this is very true. It's very true. You can put it on the WhatsApp.
Yeah.
And the third thing is, so first thing is develop discrimination power. You have to have all the time. Prabhupada had this all the time. What will bind him, what will liberate him. Constantly thinking about this. This will make Krishna happy, this will not make Krishna happy. If you don't have these two things, you cannot surrender. What can I think right now that will please Prabhupada Krishna? What I will not think right now will also please Krishna. If I think of a movie, cinema, mundane movie, will that please Prabhupada and Krishna? I'm not going to think. You have to sort it out like this. You follow? Okay, I will think about Mahaprabhu's relationship of Jagannath, chanting dance. Will that please Krishna? Yes. So like this, constantly you have to do like this. This is first, discrimination of right and wrong. Second, you have to have a determination. I will follow the right. I will get up in Mangalarti, I will chant my rounds in the morning like this. And avoid wrong things. On Ekadashi day, I don't want to eat grain. Like this. Third is minimize sinful reaction. How do you minimize sinful reaction? Prabhupada quote this verse. Justindra gopam athabendra mahosa karma bandhana rupa palabhajan matanoti karmani nidhati kintu cha bhakti bhajam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Now let's give that example because it was like striking to me that they will. He was cutting vegetable in the temple, Western Bali. He cut his finger. He got so upset. He ran to Prabhupada's room. Prabhupada, I'm serving Krishna. I'm cutting vegetable and I cut my finger. It's almost like so deep, blood is coming out. Prabhupada said, take care of it. Then Prabhupada says, your head's supposed to be severe. Krishna has protected you with a little cut of your finger. You think he believed it? Yeah, he didn't say anything, but he had a not conviction, but he thought, okay, maybe something I need to learn. He didn't object or anything, so he came back, and after 10 years, he went to Delhi, from Los Angeles to Delhi, and he went to meet Puja, the famous astrologer. And he looked at his hand. At that time, he was married. He said, wow, you are alive. You're supposed to be dead. He said, when? Now, he was not thinking about Prabhupada's incident. He said, what do you mean? He said, oh, in 1977, you're supposed to be dead in March. Your lifespan expired. Now it's taking a new shape. He could read, people. And then he traced back and he started crying. Oh my God. My Guru Maharaj actually said the truth. He protected. Krishna protected me. You follow? He's supposed to be dead, but he got extra lifespan to practice Krishna consciousness and make his final journey. And he cried and cried and cried. When he said to us, he was crying. He said, I can't believe Prabhupada, every word Prabhupada said, maybe we cannot understand at that moment because we don't have a complete understanding, but he is 100% right. You understand? So three things. First is discrimination power, develop discriminating power. Second is determination. Third is minimizing sinful reaction. Minimizing. Notice whatever is coming, accept it. It's okay, it's just burning out my back. Minimize, minimize, minimize. It's good. Fourth is develop good sadhana. Good sadhana. Machitta sarvadurgani mat prasadat karishyasi 1858. Machitta sarvadurgani mat prasadat karishyasi. Advachelita ahankara na susrati vinakshati. You will never be lost. Krishna said, you will never be lost. If you think of me and talk about me or hear about me, you will never be lost. Otherwise, false ego will take you away. That verse says false ego will take you away. It's scary. Mat prasadat karishyati. By my mercy, you will cross over all struggle. Who remembers all this? What are the four things? Let's see. Can someone tell me? Not, okay, Prahladan, go for it. You can start. Yes, you're going to start.
I don't even.
Last 15 minutes I'm talking. This is the end slide. I want to see how you're going to see the bhakti and affecting your life.
Can I tell her?
Yes.
The first one is discrimination. Vivek Buddhi, that's what it is. The determination. I said second.
Okay, give to her. We'll come back to you. You have to pay attention.
This the first one is discrimination of right and wrong.
Developing discrimination. What is developing discrimination mean? What will bind me? What will liberate me? This is what discrimination is. It's not a word, it's a function. I'm talking Krishna, it will liberate me. Krishna said this. Maya Bhakta Mahabharata Jogam Dulita Madasya. He said, hear about me, hear about me. You know me well. So this is called good. And bad is not hearing about him is bad. So you have to have this clear. Okay, good. Second,
Determination to follow.
good. And avoid. Very good, good. Third, minimizing sinful. Whatever is coming in your life, say thank you, my Lord. I literally actually thank, even though it was a like humiliation about me. It's not true, but it came. I was really like emotionally, I saw that it's very powerful, so nice. If you can take it like this. So my Lord, thank you for sending this. I probably have a horrible heart. You know, I cannot see, you can destroy it. Thank you so much. This is so good, so good. Believe me, you will become a different person. You see, you'll experience within yourself. Then you become so happy. Okay, I don't need anything in this world. I feel like satisfied. I need Krishna. This is good. Third, fourth, inner strength. How? Sadhana. Every day, 5 things you do. What do you do first thing? Okay, that's one of them. Wake up. Of course, that will help. If you don't wake up, you won't be able to stand. So that's good. Have a Krishna darshan every day. Look at Krishna. Think of Krishna or pay obeisances to Krishna. This is required. First thing. Second, Krishna Bhakta Sangha. Associate. How? By hearing them also. You can turn on Prabhupada's lecture or some devotee's lecture. You can hear it. Association. Third, Krishna Nama Sankirtan. Chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Fourth. Yes. Hearing Bhagavad. That's good. And fifth, Krishna Prasad. How can you forget the fifth? These 5 things Prabhupada said makes a vibrant. Would you like to be vibrant? Prabhupada said these 5 things. Very nice. I like it. Very nice. Okay, good. Next person. What are the 4 things you take in lesson anyway?
Like the four that we went through or four?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Discrimination, the difference between right and wrong, but it's favorable and unfavorable, we'll please in this discussion. The determination to follow through on that, follow what is right, reject what is wrong. Understand that what we experience is just a small token of the larger karmic reaction.
Yes.
And cultivate the inner strength to face everything.
By sadhana.
Through sadhana.
Can you write all these 4 in the WhatsApp? Send it for others. You'll get double benefit. Because achar prachar. Okay. You don't have to say this for anything take away from this because this is the last of the introduction. Pure bhakti. Anything that, or you can say these 4 things, whatever. Say something. Mahatma Prabhu, you're not escaping. Everybody has to say something. Take away.
It's nice, like the quote 10.14 that the brother explains about patiently, earnestly waiting for Krishna's mercy and patiently suffering in the past life. I think that's nice. It makes you realize that you just have to patiently go through whatever you're supposed to go through. Bhakti kids about the dancing strong and lost to the leg, the cancer. And you kept going. Jagata Swami Maharaj pretty much lost most of his function out of cancer. That's true. And still going. So you realize, oh wait, you guys got a lot. And they're devoted to any explanation and they just keep going. So it's like, okay, Yeah, that's what that means, patient, and mercy, waiting for the mercy. And even if you're giving the mercy, if you have to suffer, like we have examples, we keep going up and trying.
Good, very good, very good, very good. Logan, say something, please. What do you take away? Any reflection?
Thank Krishna for anything that comes in your life, no matter how you feel about it.
Very nice. Wow. He is advancing. I like this.
And also the Karmavad and
There go on.
the Daivad.
Which one you believe?
Daivad.
You believe Daivad, you don't believe Karma.
Karmavad, yes, we do something and we get the result of it. But Daivad is.
Daivad means Kapal ka naam Gopal. Whatever is there, it will happen. Is that true?
No.
No, it is true. Like the gray hair, Praladanda Prabhu did not plan. It's coming. But to eat, he cannot just sit here and prasad will not come automatically. He has to go and eat. So we have to do also what is destined, it will come. Both we accept it. And Dhritarashtra only accept one. He said, whatever is there, it will happen. I cannot control my children. Vidura said, that's nonsense. This is not true. It's bogus. You can teach your children to be righteous, nice, disciplined. So, very good. Thank you. Yes, mother.
Determination for doing the right things. And then follow the right things. And then minimize the interactions. And inner.
Strength. How?
They
Playing sadhana.
sadhana.
Good, good. You can say about bhakti, anything from this. This is just a conclusion how you take. Okay.
I'd like to give the example of that devotee to put the hand, finger, and what Srila Prabhupada, pure devotee. So if we sacrifice with a pure devotee, your life is saved. And that's us.
Yes. I thought many times, if I was him, I would probably act worse than him. I mean, I respect Prabhupada, but I don't know if it is really my head to his here. But when astrologer says, who has no idea about this, he was like, wow, I'm supposed to be careful. He cried. Yes, ma'am.
I really like the part, inner strength to face suffering. Whatever comes to life, thank Krishna. Because it could be worse, but Krishna saved me. He just reminds me my life, like Krishna take me out from Malaysia. Before that, like my grandparents raised me. If my grandparents didn't raise me, I would have ended up in Pakistan and become slave and married to an 80-year-old man and suffer, because I'm a background of Hindu and Muslim mix, so the Muslim will not like Hindu. So they will do anything to me. And then thank God Krishna that raised by my maternal grandparents and I'm raised with Hindu culture. And then but then I have to find my identity. I cannot tell anybody that my father is Muslim and I'm practicing Hindu. They will put me in jail. So I find my identity for more than 20 years there. And I have to pretend to fast Ramadan month. At workplace, at school, so much. So I help people that pick me up from there and come to Canada. Canada is a face problem, but still, always there. And always thanks to me.
Wonderful, wonderful. Who else is there? Prabhuji, you take away from this session.
This section or okay. With this section, I was just 1 hour. I was in office.
Anything from this session or any other? Yes.
Really, on the whole day in this section, whatever I heard. The whole day, I was
impressed by the definition which Buddhists came up with. He might have thought so much about how brilliant he is that he has thought so many different things, so many different opposition can come when he gave that definition. Even the simple word Abhilashita, how you explain, he added that kind of purpose so that the definition comes as a purpose. Last 1.5 hours. I think the last few minutes what you explained about 5 points. That minimizing the sinful reaction that I thought it well, the way you explained about whatever comes in your life, it's a token of the past karma. That I will take away as one.
Very nice, very nice. Thank you, thank you. Yes.
As you explained that the karma repeats if you don't follow, that means if you don't act when it happens. So yeah, I experienced that what you said. And then one example is the studying the scriptures. So I used to avoid that, and then that comes again and again. So for me, so I said this time I said I should take it because again it's going to come if in 10 years. So,
That's interesting. Very nice. Good deal. Any other? Anybody else? Anything we're missing? Yeah. You want to take the microphone? You can look at it. Okay, go ahead.
Well, my question was just about that point.
I don't hear you. Jai Shri Siddhartha, everyone. Yeah.
I was just asking if you could make that point again. So there's references in chapter and how I must be learned and that again, yeah, I must learn and that's coming to that.
Yeah, the 7 steps. We're thinking. We're going to do it, but not today. Today we already went over time. But one of the session is there's 6 results. So whoever is presenting, I think you are presenting on Monday. So I'm going to start sending you the notes that just the keynotes for each chapter. And should I just send it to each individual or send it to the?
We have a Google Drive. I dropped it in there. So there's you can just send it to me and I'll do it.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay, but individually you are set.
I think it would be really nice if everyone addressed the closed loop questions in their chapter. When you're presenting over your chapter, to go over the questions and then.
I like that. Everybody understand?
When you're presenting your chapter, include the closed loop questions from the book in your chapter.
Yeah, answer those.
Yeah, it's them and
That would be very good.
Yeah.
Can you put it on the WhatsApp now so that everybody can? Okay, so we are done for today. Go chant loudly one time, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki